We just arrived at the studio straight from the premiere of Fantastic Four, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my God damn, son.
Yeah.
God damn, son.
Yeah. I don't even know where to start. Where do we start here?
We out here chasing dreams, trying to catch them like receivers. Heavy on the grind, trying to turn you to believers. Yeah, we see you hating from the bleachers. Coming with the gas, hot and ready, little Caesars.
Hold on.
Speaking the truth, all in the booth. It ain't no secret
Oh!
Come on, man.
Sorry if your speakers are up right now. I'm sorry.
Come on,
but you
man.
already know what it is. It's time, guys.
Yeah.
The moment we've all been waiting for. At least the moment I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
For, no pun intended, a long ass time.
Man. Yes.
Welcome to Above the Multiverse.
Yes.
I'm Adrian Blest.
I'm Avery Harden.
That is Avery Harden. And we just arrived at the studio straight from the premiere of Fantastic Four, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my God damn, son.
Yeah.
God damn,
Yeah.
son.
Yeah. I don't even know where to start. Where do we start here?
Oh my God.
Where do we start?
Okay.
I think we start by saying phenomenal job.
Dude,
phenomenal job, man. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, yeah, before we get into any spoilers, anything, I'm going to just say how I feel right now.
Okay.
I felt like I'm not saying this is Endgame. Do not get me misconstrued. But I felt like Endgame. I felt like going and watching Infinity War. I felt great. Like I'm like in it, and I'm like, whoa! Well, like I'm a kid again. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Perfect thing I give you. I was a kid again in this movie theater today, bro. It was amazing, bro.
I had some of the most fun I've ever had in a movie in a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this right off the bat too. Like, Superman was amazing. But something about this movie, something about this franchise, something about Marvel, it just does it for me a different way, dude.
Yeah.
It's this had me in my emotions, it had me in my feels.
Yeah.
I was so locked in during this movie.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. 100% loved it.
It gave
was so fun.
It
dude.
gave
So
exactly
cool.
what it was supposed to give, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, we just did a podcast like 3 or 4 episodes ago. We watched Superman, and man, Superman was fun. It was fun. It was a really
Superman was
fun
great.
movie. But this one just felt different.
different.
Felt different. It felt like man, like I'm
like a hug.
Yeah,
It felt like a
I'm
hug.
here,
It was like
I felt like you know what I feel like. I feel like that was Marvel saying sorry guys, sorry guys
Yes.
for everything that we've done before
God.
after Endgame. Here you go. I feel like that's what that was.
God.
I feel like that's what that was.
It felt
It was
so great, dude.
phenomenal movie, man.
Like, I think Jack Kirby and Stan Lee are clapping in their graves right now.
yeah, I can say that. Yep.
Not
yep.
rolling in their graves,
Yep.
which a lot of people are gonna want to come out and say they're applauding. dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
amazing,
If you
amazing.
have faults with this movie, I pray that they're not big because it could be. I can't. Me personally, I can't see. But like, if somebody does have a fault, like I wouldn't understand what it would be. Like,
So,
what big thing would they
I'll
would
tell you,
say?
I think I could tell you what faults people may have, and I want to address them because I thought about it as I was watching this movie. Okay. And it's fine because I know exactly there's some certain things that I picked out that I'm like, okay, but overall, I loved it. So now, you guys are here. Welcome to Above the Multiverse podcast. This is what we do, right?
Yeah.
We wait for these big moments, these big movie premieres, these things that we've been waiting for, talking about for the last year, maybe even more, waiting for this movie to come out. It's finally here. We finally saw it, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and
so
we
if you
are
don't want to
going
be here for that,
yeah, we're going to spoil
it,
something
okay?
here soon.
Everything that had
Yeah.
to do with this movie, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. So you saw our reaction. You liked it. We liked it. We loved it. We're going to talk about it now. I haven't talked to Avery since the movie. We haven't even had a chance to break it down and discuss it, and I want to talk about so much stuff, okay?
Yeah.
So if you're down for that, stick around for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
If you want to go watch the movie first and then come back, go do that, okay?
Yeah.
But right now, we're entering spoiler territory, starting first with what I'm wearing, okay? I'm just going to
Then you starting off the big. Oh,
I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Wait. You've been warned. You have been warned.
You had a warning.
You have been warned.
I'm not gonna say anything else. We're gonna talk. We're getting into it later.
Okay, I just want
to stretch on my Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. Type shit real quick.
Yeah, Dree started off with it, bro.
Okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna break down this movie and why I loved it so much. Okay, dude.
I
loved this movie.
Yeah,
it felt so good.
You know,
it.
one big thing about this movie for me, man, and I don't know, I feel like people would hate on it, but I don't care because of Pedro Pascal fatigue or whatever. But anyways, that relationship between Sue and man, I felt like, bro, you have no idea. I'm watching this movie and I want to be Reed Richards. I legit want to be Mr. Fantastic. The way like what's her name? Sue Storm has holding him down and like loves him, bro. Oh,
and
man.
Understands him,
bro. I was like,
right?
dang, bro. Like I want to love like that. Like they did a really good job. The actors and actress. And then the writers and whoever else is involved in like directing them, they did a really good job of making it like, dang, dude, like Sue, I want a woman like that. Like she held him down. Like even though he had like, you know, I would say so he's very smart. So I related to like autistic a little bit, right?
Almost,
you know what
I mean? He's the smartest person in the world. Yes. So he doesn't know how to relate to like
like emotions.
Like that.
Emotions. Yeah, social cues, right?
His emotions aren't the best, which is perfect because like I mean he's constantly in fear of his own mind. They did a great job of explaining that. Like, he's constantly scared of like what the possibilities are and trying to solve it. Right?
And for her to like understand and try to understand when he was doing some weird stuff is like. That is so dope, bro. And I know it's not a love story. I mean, it could be a love story with the kid, but like, man, like them two, I was like, wow, dude. Like I legit, her real name is Vanessa Kirby, and I follow her on the way here because I like her, dude. Like, and it wasn't just like I'm saying, it's not just her looks. Like she's pretty, but like the way she like embraced and like cared for Reed Richards is like. I was like, dog, like I've never seen that in a movie. Yes. Like it's not even a rom-com. Like it's not even a romantic movie. Like it's a superhero movie. Like
it's a family movie.
Bro,
that's what they did really
dude,
well.
Like I really like Vanessa Kirby in this movie. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
that's my thing, man.
She did great, dude. She was perfect, dude. Like she brought me to tears multiple times, and I didn't think I was gonna. Like I was curious. Okay, I'm gonna be upfront and be real with how I felt about the movie as I was going to it. Right. Watching it, I'm excited. As soon as it starts, I'm like, oh my God, right? Let's strap in, let's go. It starts off, and it's perfect. And if you understand it and looking back on it, once you watch it, you're like, it was perfect. The way that it was structured, the way that it went, the way that it started was perfect. But in the very beginning, it is very jarring because it is very different, right? I was just like, okay, it's like we're in the 60s, but we're like in the future.
Yeah.
And it was very corny, but that's the thing, guys. This is where I wanted to address like the people, what I think people are gonna say about it, okay?
Okay.
It comes off kind of corny in the beginning, but you have to remember what the Fantastic Four is and was. It is kind of corny, right? It's a rock guy, an invisible woman, a stretchy man, and a fire dude who are living on a planet and who have a kid, and like they're this family, but they're the protectors of this world, right? It is kind of corny, and especially in the time that it was developed and the time that it was made, it is very like campy. It's very like not corny in a sense, but like very. It's old school. It's old school.
Yeah,
it's like the way that it was, the way that things were back then, like those cartoons.
I would
right?
argue that like I wouldn't say corny. I'd be like it was a part of that time.
Yeah, it's of that era.
Yeah,
it's
that
very
era
much of that era.
The era was like, oh, we have Fantastic Four, and
bang,
boom, like
pop,
it's
out,
like
you know, those
so.
things
So looking at it, I'm not like, oh, it's corny. I'm like, it's old school. Which if anybody else like made a movie like that, they would do the same exact thing.
Yes, but I think that's where I think people might be like, oh, I don't know, the beginning might be a little like it's a kind of corny. But I'm just not that anyone's saying that, but I'm just if they are saying that and that's what they're thinking, my initial thought is. Yes, but that's exactly what the Fantastic Four is, right? It is kind of weird. It is kind of corny. It is kind of like cliche, but that's the Fantastic Four. And in the beginning of the movie, they capture it so perfectly. Like, it is very like the Jetsons, almost like futuristic thing, and they're like saving the world, and they're showing like we're fighting Mole Man, and then we're fighting like okay, one big thing that I captured that I caught right away that I don't know if you caught, but. There's a part in the beginning, like monologue, right, when they're kind of explaining everything and they're showing, and I thought that was perfect. The way that they did it, where they're like let's give you an introduction of them. Like it's almost we're watching a TV broadcast as like a kid in the 60s watching a broadcast being like,
and me personally, I like that because we go back to the Superman. I don't think they copy because they come out right away. So I don't think one of the others saw each other's thing. But I think the cool thing about like introducing and like getting out of the origin story, like they immediately was like, let's get this out of the way so people would know. Like, and I think that's dope. We're done with the origin stories, bro. Like we're literally in, I feel like almost 100 years of like superhero movies. Yeah. So like we like in comics, like it's probably surpassed that. Yeah. So it's like we already know, guy. Like we don't need to like understand. So like for them to introduce them in this way and like build up the era and build up the origin as well. Yeah, I thought that was cool, man. It was great. It was a great way to do it. I don't know what people would say.
The movie wasn't about what we get a lot of times with Fantastic Four is we get this journey of them getting their powers, and that's what the movie is them getting their powers, and then what happens after they get their powers, right? Yeah. But because most of the movie is spent on them, their relationships, and how they are as people, and then they get their powers, and then how they are after their powers. That's what they always focus on in these movies, the Fantastic Four movies, and that's what they've always got wrong. It's like, no, they already have their powers. We're actually 4 years into this story, but just a friendly reminder, here's how they got it, right? Yeah. Here's how it happened. And they didn't spend too much time on it. They're just like, we sent 4 brave astronauts into space and blah, blah, blah. And they told the story real quick, real easy. And it was like, cool, that's that. Boom. Let's get into the movie. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And like, that was perfect, dude. I loved it. And it felt so like fun and joyous, and it brought you back to like this time that obviously before I was born, right? Yeah. But it felt like a warm, feel good time, and you're just like, oh yeah, these guys are the shit. They're just like this happy thing. It shows how many times they've saved the city. It really set the perspective of like they've always come to the rescue, and like they fought the mole man, and they fought this person, and they always win,
and they're very beloved.
They're super beloved. Like everyone loves them, and they're just like they're the celebrities of that of that world. And it's just perfect. Yeah. It's just like everything is just like this perfect picture thing. This family's there, and everything's going well, and they always come to the rescue, and that's how it is, and that's how it was in the comics, right? But then we get to this dark thing that arrives, and the movie kind of just flips. Yeah, and it's like, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, man. It was a perfect. It was a. I honestly think it was one of the coolest way to invite. Like, okay, this is the threat. This is what's happening. Yeah, is the kid is born. Or was it? Or they just announced the kid? Oh no, this is announced. She was pregnant. She was pregnant. The kid. They just announced the kid, and she's pregnant, and like people are celebrating. They're happy.
And like, Reed is like trying to figure out like how to make everything safe for the kid. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. When he's telling Herbie to like, I guess, child-proof everything in the house, and like.
And it's cool how they start with like, first he's just plugging in the lights, and he's locking the cabinets, and he's putting up baby gates, right? He's doing all the basic stuff, but then Reed, as the psychopath that he is, because he's the smartest man in the world, you start seeing him. He's like, I also fix all the crime in like a 50 area radius.
That was sick. That was a cool way to like bring in that ultra level. I would say ultra level threat because you're like, I just cleaned everything up because I'm the smartest man alive, and my kid's gonna live in a perfect world, and then boom,
like ultra everything level. You think you figured it out, you think you fixed everything, and then an unknown thing that you could never even have possibly conceived happens that you're like, oh shit, like. I thought I fixed everything. Yeah. I thought everything I could possibly think of, the smartest man in the world, I fixed. I cured crime. I did all this stuff, fixed everything. Perfect society for my son to grow up in. And then boom, this thing comes from space. Silver Surfer arrives. And dude, Silver Surfer, a lot of people are going to hate on that too, right? That it was a woman, it wasn't the thing. But it was actually perfect because it plays into the story of Johnny. Yeah, right?
I thought that was
cool.
Because
it's like, yes, if we got a Silver Surfer dude who is the main Silver Surfer that we know, we would have been like, oh yeah, that was tight. Silver Surfer's dope. But it put this twist on like, she's like a hot naked girl for Johnny to be like, I'm building a connect. Like people don't take him seriously because the whole time he's just like this guy who's like kind of like a playboy kind of dude, right? So when she comes and he's like, no, I think I have a connection. I think there's something there. I'm building this connection with her, and they're like, you just think she's hot, dude. Like because she's a naked silver chick, like you're just like, she's hot. And he's like, no, like no, seriously, no, I have something here, and they don't believe him the whole time because they just play him down as like this hothead dude, no pun intended, right? But like. Yeah. That was a perfect setup for her to be the woman. Like that already is going to defeat your argument of like oh, it's not just woke to be woke. It's not just a woman to be woman. It's part of the storyline, and it's perfect for it. It's perfect.
And I think
it fits great.
I think it fits more because of the connection that they had and how we'll get to it. How they defeat the
Galactus,
Galactus. How they defeat the Galactus? Because I feel like if it wasn't, I mean, maybe Vanessa Kirby would have got to the male Silver Surfer, but like it was a cool way to tie in. Okay, we're gonna break this down so Johnny can understand why this girl is doing. Like, if it wasn't that way, like I feel like Silver Surfer would have been like, nigga, no connection at all, because Johnny's not like talking to her in a sense of interest. Like if it was a guy Silver Surfer, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Johnny wouldn't have talked to her in a way of interest. You know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't have been so curious about her. And tried to like and end up kind of saving the day at the end run, right? Like he did. He did, yeah. His connection ultimately saved the day.
Yes.
Right? So like that connection that they were kind of downplaying, it saved the day. Him, you know?
Because it was very important close to the end of the movie where Johnny brings her into like the Times Square, and he's basically talking to her in her language, understanding what she's been through, and he's like, "Come on, we could defeat him together." And at that time, she just runs away, and you're like, "Damn, he almost had her." But
comes into play then.
Yeah, she comes to her senses, and she basically saves the day. To be honest,
yeah. So and that's crazy. And what's cool about that, right, is that doesn't close the door to the guy Silver Surfer that everyone wants and everyone was expecting, right? Because she is the herald of Galactus. Galactus, like we're in spoiler territory, so I'm gonna kind of get into theories. Okay, Galactus isn't dead, dude. He didn't die. They didn't kill him.
Yeah, for sure.
They sent him away. Yeah. And they said it would take like a million years.
616.
You think 616? It could be anywhere, but yes, most very possibly 616, which can be the reason why things are happening the way they are. But anyways, they show him get sent away, but think about this, like she turned on Galactus at the end, right? Mm-hmm. She ends up turning on Galactus,
which is good. It's just crazy too, because I don't know when we're gonna see them again. Keep your point. I don't know when we're gonna see them again, but when you think about it, she turned on him, but they both went to wherever they went to, so she's probably in super trouble.
Yes, point proven, exactly. Yeah, she's in trouble, and the big thing about Galactus is he always has a herald. Right, like and in the comics, there's been multiple heralds. Like this, Shala Bell, whatever her name is,
Shala Bell, yeah, something like that. Shala Ball.
She's one of them, but she's not it's not just like, oh, they replaced the Silver Surfer with her. No. She's one of them, and he has multiple heralds throughout the comics. So, him being pissed at her can be like, you know what? I take back your powers. F that. I'm going to send you back to your planet, and I'm going to come for your planet now or something. And until then, I will find a new herald. And then he finds a new herald, which could be anyone. And the best part about it is you guys are obsessed with the Silver Surfer. Dude, this motherfucker, Galactus has made other heralds, like Ghost Rider a herald. He's made the Hulk a herald. He's made all these people a herald.
Dang,
so he doesn't even have to pick.
He
doesn't have to pick the freaking Silver Surfer that we've seen. What if he picks the fucking Hulk? What if he gets the Hulk as his herald and sends the Hulk to your planet to be like, hey, because the Hulk's not going to show up and be like, you guys are marked for death. I'm sorry, but he's coming for you. The Hulk's going to show up and be like, fuck shit up and kill everyone. And then they're like, oh shit. And there's Galactus coming. Yeah. So it's not going to be as safe this next time. And who knows what this leads to, and who knows where she leads to and what happens with her, whatever. But damn, dude. Sick.
Yeah, I think
loved it. I love that.
I think for me the cool thing was, I think about Diane again.
Yeah, my mom.
The stakes.
Yes.
The stakes were really high, bro.
Dude, and we're getting shirts made that say high stakes. Okay, high stakes only.
I think this is really cool in this movie because like, you're watching the movie and you're like, okay, me personally, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, all right, cool, like, okay, so what's happening? And then when they go and see him for the first time, I think you realize like, yo, this is bad. Like, you're like, this is bad because he's like a celestial. Like when y'all don't even watch Eternals. When we watch Eternals, you realize how like messed up like somebody that big and that powerful is. Like, yo, like you looking at Eternals, like, what are you gonna do? It's still till now, bro. I think of the Eternals, I'm like, yo, like who gonna beat them? Like, I watched this and it's the same exact thing where it's like, yo, who's gonna beat them? And there was a time where Reed Richards, the smartest man in the world, was like, yo, we can't beat this nigga. We gotta just take him to another place.
And that
because he's so dang powerful.
Yeah.
And I think that high of stakes is so what's the word? Fulfilling, or what is the word? Fulfilling, fulfilling when it comes to this Marvel, like, I guess this new Marvel thing that they're doing. Like, that was dope. Like when I watched Thunderbolts, it was like, okay, the stakes were a little high, but it wasn't like
Sentry was scary,
yeah,
obviously.
But
this is
is
like what do you do to stop him?
Yes, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? This is like where Sentry is very scary of, like, whoever he sees he might kill and he'll take in his little area, but like Galactus is like, if we don't stop this dude, he's gonna destroy the Earth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's gonna eat at the Earth. There's no way around it. There's no stopping this.
Yeah,
you either appease him, and that's what's crazy is that he ends up telling them I feel like that's when the movie kind of switched, right? And I've seen this where people are saying this, where people are like, oh, the movie really started when Galactus got there. But it's no. I loved everything. I was living in that time. I loved it. I loved being. That's one thing I wanted to say too, is I loved being in that world, dude.
Yeah,
I loved their world.
Yeah,
their world was so fun and safe and like
sure.
a hug and like felt good, dude. It felt so good. But then when Galactus showed up and they realized, like, there really is no stopping him. He sensed what. Okay, and this is a big thing too. Okay, look at Galactus's purpose. Okay,
the baby.
When Galactus saw Franklin Richards, which is the baby, when he sensed that the baby was there, he sensed the baby's power, and he went from "I'm gonna eat your world" to survive to I found the one creature, person, entity, whatever you want to call it, this baby that has the cosmic power enough to succeed my own. I'm cursed with this power. I am cursed with this hunger. In order for me to survive, I have to go from planet to planet and eat planets that have enough energy to sustain me to the next planet. He is cursed by this life. He doesn't want to live. He doesn't want to be. He wants this to end, but he can't. It can't end. He is constantly hungry, searching for this endless thing for millions of who knows how long Galactus has just been going around eating things to survive, and he wants it to end, dude. But he'll never die. He'll never end, because there's nothing that can end him. There's nothing. It's just he's just gonna keep going. It's just an endless thing. And he finds Franklin, and he's like, "Oh, like you can be the next me.
Yeah.
And you can kill me.
Rest. Yeah,
you can kill me. I can finally rest. I can finally die."
That's crazy.
That's a crazy concept, dude. Like it's not like he's out here trying to be like, I'm gonna beat you and I'm taking your baby for fun. It's like, no, like finally I found something that for millions and millions of years I've been searching for. Just how am I gonna end myself?
Which is crazy.
And this baby can end me. This baby can end me.
Y'all don't watch the shows,
crazy,
bro. Dude. Y'all don't watch the shows. In What If
they do? If you're watching this, you watch the shows.
In What If there was a baby like this? The Duck's baby.
Yeah.
The Duck's baby everybody was trying to get at this baby because he was so powerful.
Yeah.
Yo,
Franklin is that baby.
Franklin is this baby, and it's crazy because it's like, where do we go from here? Because I mean, Dre probably knows the comics, but I have no idea Franklin Richards. So like, my MCU brain is like, I'm so intrigued with Franklin Richards. Like, yo, like when you told me about, so Dre told me that this dude was supposed to go to sleep one day in the comics. He's supposed to go to sleep one day, and his mom told him to go to sleep, and this fool is in the covers, and he's creating a universe, a galaxy in his bedroom, and he's like the god of that galaxy.
Yeah, like bro, he's supposed to go to bed, and he's underneath his sheets.
Crazy.
They think he's like has the light on reading or something, and then they go to the next panel is like him underneath the sheets in his bed, underneath his blanket in his bed, making a universe. Yeah. And like it's a whole galaxy, a universe, a whole dimension.
So
dude,
if he's that powerful, man. If he's that powerful, then that makes sense to what I'm about to say right now. Spoilers, and we told y'all already, man. Dr. Mother Doom in this bitch. That's crazy. Dr. Doom showed up, bruh. Listen. The whole movie did not have a cameo. And I was wondering, like, oh man, like, is it gonna have a cameo? Man, it doesn't need a cameo. It's cool.
It exists in its own world.
It was fine by itself. And then the end credit scene showed Doctor Doom, and it was like that felt like Thanos. That felt like when anytime Nick Fury pulled up in the end credit scene, that felt like Thor. That felt like yeah. I don't even know Doom yet. Like, we don't know what he's capable of, or like, you know, what he's gonna do, why he's doing it. But it just felt like, okay, we are here, bruh.
We're here.
Like, we're here to whatever is about to happen in the next 2 films. Yep. And that was so dope. So it also made me like, okay, this kid is so powerful that Doom came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I guess he wants to, or needs the kid. I don't know. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just hyped because I was like, that was it. That was the thing that made it feel like Marvel 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not 20, but, you know what I mean? Pre-Endgame. Yeah. It felt like Marvel pre-Endgame.
Yeah,
felt like Marvel pre-Endgame.
It did. It's crazy because it's like that scene. So let's talk about the post-credit scene. It goes. The movie ends. Which, okay, let me just say this before we even get to the post-credit scene. This movie is so good. It doesn't need all the cameos, all the stuff. You're so in this world, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care about other superheroes. Yeah. I only care about the Fantastic Four. I'm like invested. And one of the big criticisms I heard people say is that, oh, they didn't utilize their powers enough. Bruh, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Like, this movie, that was a criticism that I saw before going into this movie that I was like, what? Like, after watching it, that's the first thing I thought about. As I was watching it, I'm like, they're using their powers. Not only are they using their powers, they're using their powers so creatively and it's like smart in a way that I never even thought of, like using their powers, right? Yeah. To get them to do stuff that I was just like, that was sick, dude. I didn't even think of them using their powers.
If anybody ever had an argument about that anyways, like, it would be Reed didn't use his elastic as much, but he used his brain the whole movie. Everyone else used their actual power the most. Like, are you kidding me? That's crazy.
One of the coolest things that I'll say real quick.
Reed used his power, but I felt like he was using his brain the most.
Yeah. Where you saw Reed see the extent of his powers, and where I was like, holy shit. When Galactus grabs like Reed and starts stretching him like a piece of gum, dude. And you see just like how stretchy this motherfucker is, and just how, like, I mean, obviously he was like being ripped apart almost, but he didn't. Yeah. He kept stretching. Yeah. But who knows if that pushed him to a limit that he's like, oh, I didn't know I can go that far. Yeah. Let me try. Like, who knows what he's gonna do now? Yeah. Like, we didn't see him turn into a bouncy ball or turn into a fucking sheet of paper. But it was
4 years after they got their powers.
Yeah.
So, like,
who knows what he's doing? And it seems like maybe he does. Obviously, maybe he's experimenting with how he can use his powers in his spare time, but we didn't explore that, right? It seems like he's more just focused on using his brain to solve every problem in the world. Right? When he needs to use his powers, he uses them, but he doesn't really. It's not like that. But when Johnny, when he went to when there was a building on fire and he went to the building and just absorbed all the fire.
That was crazy. That was sick, dope.
Dude. I was like,
dope. Oh, and then the firefighters was like,
like, I was like, damn, he just absorbed all the power, like all the fire. That's insane. So that was just seeing them use it, like when the thing. He's like, I got you, and he just starts running. He runs through the building, to, like all the poles of the building to knock it onto Galactus. That's crazy. That was so smart. That was so good. And then Reed, Sue, like how he climbs, and then Sue, she's so powerful. It's insane.
That is a cosmic being that she threw into a black hole.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
she's so powerful.
That's crazy.
And like, what's cool too is it really pushed of like, like the mother aspect of her being a newborn, and like she'll do anything to protect her baby, and she pushed her powers to the limit to save her son and be like, go get my son, and like grab him now. And she's like fucking fighting Galactus, who is like, dude, they showed how powerful he is, and they did a great job of showing how powerful he is to show how powerful she is to be able to push his ass around and like really be like, no, fuck you, and push him. Like they're like two wrestlers going at it like full strength, trying to push each other. I don't know if you ever like, me and my friends used to do that shit, like where we would wrestle, just like see how strong each other are and like push each other as hard as we can to see who's gonna be the one that's where you're just like, who's stronger, right? And it's crazy. And she outmatched Galactus, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, man.
So that's insane. But yes, getting back to the original point that you brought up is, yes, we get Dr. Doom at the very end, and we see how everything where they finally save the day. I thought there was gonna be like some big crazy cameo or something happens or pops up, and it's like no. It's very self-contained in a great way. Like the Galactus comes, they save the day, they do their thing, everything's done. You think it's all good. 4 years later, we're caught up in their house. Franklin's a little bit older. He's chilling. She's reading them like Origin of Species by Charles Darwin, which is crazy because that's like who's reading that on their spare time? But that's how smart this little kid is already reading that stuff. At like what, 4 years old?
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, let's go get the book." She leaves. You feel this ominous presence come. Like you're just like, what's going on? And lo and behold, she goes. And I'm thinking, oh, I honestly thought like they're not gonna give us. I knew I had a feeling they're gonna give us Doom. They have to give us Doom because Doom is the next movie, and Doom is a Fantastic Four villain. So I was like, they have to give us Doom. Hence why when I went to go get a Fantastic Four shirt, I saw this shirt and I was like, I'm supporting Doom. Mm-hmm. I got the Doom shirt, which it just looks badass. Like he just looks so fucking cool on this shit. But I got it. I'm thinking maybe, hopefully, possibly they'll give us Doom at the end of this movie, and I'd be so happy. And she turns the corner. I'm thinking Franklin's playing hide and go seek, and he's gonna pop out and be like boo, and then it's gonna be like some happy little thing, and then maybe she turns around and Dr. Doom's there or something. Well, who knows? But she goes, she looks behind the fireplace, and what do you see? Fucking Dr. Doom sitting there right there with his mask off, holding his mask in his hand, like looking at Franklin on one knee, looking at Franklin, and Franklin's kind of like, oh hi, like kind of like checking him out, you know, and. Boom, movie just ends. Yeah. And you're just like, holy shit. Yeah. Did we just see Dr. Doom just coming to, first off, just appeared on this earth and are not even, who knows? Well, here's a big thing too that I want to get into about the Dr. Doom stuff. We'll get into right now. But who knows if he's from this earth, if he's from a different dimension, where he's from, whatever it may be. But the way he just was in their house without them even knowing and just sitting there right there, like introducing himself to her kid. That's scary. That's next level shit. That's what in like scary movies when they really want to show how powerful a villain is. It's like I got to your kid without you even noticing. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So for her to walk away, come back, and he's right there with her son, that's the ultimate threat to them, right? To the Fantastic Four. You just saw what they were willing to do to protect their son. Yeah. And his immediate first threat thing is him right there like, what's up?
So now,
I'm with your kid.
Now that we're here, guys, it's crazy because we're like we're in it. Dude, this is what we've been asking for, bro. Like
it's so sick.
For me, like talking about like how we used to talk about connection and like things connecting, bro. Like if we think about it, bro, like we got 2 more movies to close this out, which is Avengers Doomsday and then Avengers Secret Wars, and like man, we have no idea. Like I think this is the coolest thing about Marvel right now is like we're back in this thing where it's like, okay, we're theorizing. Everybody's theorizing. No one knows because Doom is in this universe. He's in 823, right? Or is it 828?
828.
828, 823, whatever it's called. He's in this universe, but he's promoted or marketed as he's about to be in there with freaking
with our people, with the people that we grew up knowing, 616.
But also, bro, this is something that, sorry to spoil it again for y'all, in the Thunderbolts, the ship came. We don't know why that ship is there because it did not happen here. So that's gonna be it. They're gonna. I just connected the dots. They're gonna come to 616 in some way, some fashion.
They have to.
I don't know why to escape him.
Maybe to escape
or send the kid. Still, they can still.
Yeah, it could be Dr. Doom. Like maybe the best way to save him is to send him away to somewhere where they know that there's people that will protect him.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. I just thought about that because it's like that still happened, right? And we just finished Fantastic Four, and that didn't connect yet. So it's like maybe that still happens in the future.
You know, my mind just went
when he gets older.
This is where my mind just went. Okay, think about how. Let's think about how Infinity War started. Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't start.
Refresh us.
Okay. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys. Okay. Infinity War didn't start with us watching Thanos do some stuff. It started with the character that we have watched for 10 years, who we consider the most powerful character that we've seen in the Marvel Universe, who we know can go toe to toe with the Hulk, who is also the most powerful person in the universe at the time that we know of, right? Thor, getting his ass beat. Not even getting his ass beat, already defeated.
Yeah.
already defeated.
Yeah.
His planet's done. His brother's fucked. He's like getting like destroyed by Thanos, like already getting worked. The most powerful character we know, Thanos, right there, already beaten, right? Beating Thor.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, we have the Hulk. They send the Hulk.
He gets
Thanos pieced up the Hulk.
Yeah, he gets his
ass whooped to the point that he doesn't come back for a whole nother movie. For a whole nother movie, Thanos does this.
No.
Okay.
This makes him look so weak, bro.
So that's how we start off our two biggest movies in Marvel, Infinity War and Endgame. That's the beginning scene of that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Cut to where I'm painting this picture.
Yeah, go ahead.
We get to Doomsday. We get to Doomsday.
He's cooking. Let him
cook.
We
get to Doomsday. Fantastic Four and everything that we know is destroyed. It's done. They're on the verge of dying. And their last hope, Franklin Richards and Doom, they did everything they could possibly do to protect themselves from Dr. Doom to save their kid. Their last stitch effort. And we cut to just Doom already, the Fantastic Four done. The Thing knocked out. Johnny or Fantastic Four, whatever, Mr. Human Torch, like burnt out, dead. Like Sue, like trying all she can to fight, and she's like giving up. She has no power, and Doom's just like blocking it. And you see Reed Richards with his baby holding him, and he's like, no, just please, don't do this. Don't take him from us, whatever. Boom. He throws him on the spaceship, and then Doom is about to get the baby. Reed somehow throws this kid on Nathan or Franklin on the spaceship and sends him to another dimension. And so that way Doom can't get him. Mm. And then boom, Fantastic Four we think are dead. Doom is like, we see how powerful Doom is without even seeing how powerful Doom is.
Yeah.
We just watched the Fantastic Four beat Galactus.
Yeah, I like it.
And we're seeing now just Doom wrecked everything that we already know and how powerful this team is. He beat them, and now we start off the movie of like, boom, Franklin Richards is in the 616, and that's where he sends him.
Yeah.
And if we know that he sent Franklin to 616, and we're seeing the baby with the Thunderbolts, and they're like, why is this baby here? What is going on?
Yeah.
And they're like, Doom's coming. Doom's coming. Doom's coming for Franklin, and we have to protect Franklin. And Doom is coming.
Yeah.
And he killed his parents, and he did, like, at least we think he killed all the Fantastic Four, and all we know is that Doom just did everything over there, killed all that stuff, and now he's coming to 616.
I think that's a great way to like.
You're welcome, Marvel.
Yeah, I think that's a great.
I wrote the beginning of the movie for you.
I think that's a great way because imagine because the kid's 4 this time, right? So like they go. I mean, he can even be older. Like Doom, they built the relationship, and like Doom's been trying to get at this kid forever, and like he becomes like 10 or 12, I don't know, something like that, and like.
No, he's still like a toddler in like the comics and stuff.
So like you send them and like. Everybody, the new Avengers come into the rescue, and they're like, "Yo, what happened?" And it's like, "My parents died," or whatever, and then that becomes like a thing, like a whole thing of like building the story around Franklin, and like that. I can see that.
We have to see too, like maybe like the.
Imagine, dude! Imagine this kid Franklin is like. Oh my God, man! This guy, Dr. Doom.
I don't think he's even gonna talk. I think they're gonna have to figure it out. I think he's going to get there and he's going to be a little kid and they're going to be like, what the fuck is this and why are we...
What I'm saying, though, imagine he's like, he knows that Dr. Doom, which is Robert Downey Jr., he killed his parents, and then Robert Downey Jr. comes back and has a moment where he comes back and then Franklin Richards is like, yeah, and everybody's like, Tony? And they're accepting of him. They're accepting of Tony, but that's Dr. Doom. Or what's his name?
Dr. Doom. Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. Yeah, it's Victor Von Doom. But everybody's accepting, even like
They think that
Bucky.
they think like Jesus just came back. Like they think that Iron Man, the savior of their world, in the 616, Iron Man has come back,
but
and everyone's
Franklin's
no. He just destroyed everyone, killed everyone, and they're like, but that's Tony Stark. Why would he do that?
Yo, that would be sick. Yo,
we're cooking up, dude. You guys don't understand how monumental this movie is for us Marvel fans right now.
Doomsday might be one of them ones, man. And oh my God, bro. See, we came from this movie right now, and it was great, bro. It was awesome. It was great, and it just brought hope back to me because. The Russo brothers are
I know.
They're about to cook.
They're about
to cook, bro.
They're gonna cook.
We are back. Marvel's back, bro. Marvel's back.
They're about to show us how the thing too is like, think about Thanos, right? We only got clips and teases and little things about Thanos, and we didn't even really care about Thanos until we got to Infinity War, and they really personalized him, and we're like, damn, dude. Thanos is that powerful, and now and they spent Infinity War explaining why we took his side and care about him and like gave us everything about that.
Yeah.
And like we didn't get that until Infinity War, but this movie like we don't have really anything about Doctor Doom yet, but it doesn't matter. We know he's there, and we know that it's big, and now the Russo brothers cook and do their thing with it.
Yeah,
big thing.
I'm gonna need Doomsday to be 4 hours, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need it to be 4 hours. I don't care. Yeah. 4 hours.
This movie was only 2 hours, which I was like, fuck, it's only 2 hours, because which we'll talk about later. I'm going to talk about this later if you guys are into this, but I just watched Avatar last night, Avatar 2 again. I don't know, for my third time, and oh my, I'm gonna say this, and this might be a hot take, but I think Avatar 1 and 2, but maybe specifically 2, may be the greatest movie ever made, and you can't argue with me about it. I will prove it in every single way. That it's the greatest piece of cinema that has ever been made.
Avatar is dope for sure.
But that defeats the point, right? We're not talking about Avatar right now. We'll talk about that later. But this movie was so fucking good. And when I said that last night, I watched Avatar 2, and when we were done with it, I told my girlfriend, I was like, that might be the greatest piece of movie, like cinema, that has ever been made. The peak of cinema ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And my girlfriend was like, even over Marvel movies? And I'm like, even over any Marvel movie. Because something about the way that they make Avatar is just so different. It's so cool. But anyways, with that being said, still, what Marvel's done is my favorite, right? Like, I'll say this, like, I'll relate it to rap for if you guys are into hip hop, right? I think Jay-Z's the greatest rapper of all time, and the best rapper of all time, and the most successful rapper of all time, right? But he might not be my favorite rapper of all time. He still is my favorite rapper of all time, but so is Absol. I love Absol.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I relate to Absol, the way that like the Absol makes me feel as a person, and the way that like Absol is like his birthday's like one day before mine. His story is very similar to my come up, like to me as a person, like growing up with a single mom, like having a stepdad, like all the stuff that he went through, which I mean he went through way worse stuff than me. No, not saying that I'm like him, but I relate to him so much, and it makes me feel different when I listen to his music, right? That's how I feel about Marvel. Like, yes, I can say that Avatar is the greatest movie ever made, but something about Marvel hits my soul, dude. It hits my soul. Like, it makes me feel like a little kid. It makes me feel so happy. It makes me feel so good. And this movie was like a warm hug that I've been missing. It's like my mom was gone for however many years, 10 years since we got all these movies, and she send me voicemails, and she'll send me a FaceTime here and there, which is like WandaVision or Loki, or I get a cool little like thing adventure where I'm like, oh, Deadpool and Wolverine, that was fun. But this was her coming home and giving me a hug and being like, I'm here.
Yeah, man.
I'm here.
Yeah, man.
We're here. We're back together.
Yeah, man.
That's what this Marvel movie felt for me.
Man,
it felt so good.
Like
dude.
I told y'all before, man, it makes me like hype for what's next, right? Like, so like, I watched Thunderbolts, man. I told you guys, like, when
Thunderbolts was so much fun, but it wasn't.
It was fun,
dude.
and then it had the post credit scene. I was like, oh man, I'm really curious to what's happening. You know what I mean? But this one's like, it's like it shows what they're already planning on doing, right? So that's like Fantastic Four finishes. It was a great movie, blah 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 blah, right? And then the post credit scene shows Doom, and it's like, oh, they're already setting that up. Okay, so everything like this is gonna be connected to that. Franklin Richards is like definitely.
And we still don't really know.
Whoever the director is definitely is chopping it up with Russo brothers, and like they're gonna connect this, and I think that's dope because I feel like the last few movies,
I felt too like separated.
Yeah, like I feel like nobody was really chopping it up with Russo brothers.
There's no collaboration.
You know what I mean? Like
except for I think for the end credit scene of.
Oh, because the Russo brothers was a part of that.
Yeah, I think they directed that one last scene.
But everything else, like, you know what I mean? Like Captain America, I had fun. It was cool, but like, bro, it had. I would say it had nothing to do. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Avengers.
Of course he is.
But it had nothing to do. Like, whatever happens there, Russo brothers probably not even going to talk about whatever happened over there. You know what I mean? So this,
I'm sure it will all like relate to their story.
This feels like how they used to do when it was like, Civil War happened, right? And then they brought anything in Civil War back to Infinity War or You know what I'm saying? Like that's the feeling. But anyways, man, great freaking movie, bro. Yeah. I had a great time watching it, bro. I was hyped. It gave me all the emotions, bro.
44 out of 10. 44 out of 10.
Hey, man, 4
times 4 cubed out of out of 10.
Yes, man. Yeah. So I really, man, it was really good. Like I said, bro, like it hit every feel for me. Like it was excitement. It was definitely some sad moments. Like freaking.
We're already in spoiler territory, so just
say it. No. I was just trying to get to it, but yeah, like sad moments where freaking Vanessa Kirby. Sue dies, but then her freaking son resurrects her, and like I see that's even a thing that I want to know, because he brings her back to life, and she does this thing with her eyes, and like Galactus says this kid is like cosmic level, right?
Yeah,
and then
the power cosmic.
Yes, right, and then he does that to his mom. And then she does something crazy with her eyes, wakes up and be like, yeah, he's going to be like great or whatever. And it ends with Doom coming to get this kid. So there's something about it we don't even know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole movie, we know that he's a cosmic something, but we don't even know what he's capable of. Yeah. MCU watchers, Dre knows, MCU watchers, we have no idea what he's capable of, what he's going to do, what type of person he's going to be. Like, is he going to fall into the Doom, like, being a bad guy? Like that's the beauty of, for me, that's the beauty of, like, these movies. It's like, oh man, like which way they're gonna go? Like, you know what I mean? Like
in her eyes, didn't they kind of seem like Galactus's eyes, who are very they focus a lot on Galactus's eyes during this movie.
Could she now be like a
herald?
Yeah, like, not a herald, but like a cosmic.
I think that he's a cosmic entity, and he has like the way that they showed her eyes is to show like that whatever he just did to her is very similar to what is Galactus, you know, like how his eyes are purple, and like no one has purple eyes. Like he made her eyes like bluish purple when he resurrected her. So if he has like this kind of like purple, like godlike cosmic power in him, man, like who knows what he's capable of? Yeah, like you said, it's who knows.
And the crazy thing is, like this could go so many different ways, because Doom could be there and he could be like, yeah, bro, you know, like he could just be inviting and like, you know, because he's a cosmic being, maybe, I don't know. Maybe he goes to Doom. Maybe he loves his mother a lot and he just was going to stay with the fans. That's why I don't know, man. Like, it could go so many different ways.
It can go so many ways. I don't know. One thing I do want to talk about, too, speaking of all this stuff, we're kind of jumping around, but I feel like crazy. Even I was shaking. Like, the way that this movie made me feel was one thing, but, like, the feeling itself, experiencing it in the movie theater. When we see Galactus, you don't just see him, dude. You feel his presence in the movie theater. They did a great job of
and we got the average ticket, by the way.
We got the standard ticket.
So feeling it in the theater, like you feel the rumbles. Like it's bro, it's like an earthquake happening in the movie theater every time.
It felt every time he like took a step, every time he like stood up, everything. Like the music, the feeling, the bass in the building, like as where our seats were shaking when he was going, and we didn't do the D-box thing, we didn't do an IMAX thing. Well, it's standard ass, just regular showing we went to, and we felt his presence, which made me immediately say, I want to go see that in IMAX, and possibly I want to see that with the D-box seats that like vibrate and move and shake when you watch it, because his presence is insane. And imagine what they did for like the sound design for this to keep it standard. Imagine if they have room to play with, and they're like, we can do this with IMAX, we can do this with this theater, with this kind of sound system. Who knows what they're doing? So I definitely want to go experience it again in a better, higher quality.
Yeah. No, facts.
It's crazy because the way that they make Galactus feel, man, like I was scared of him, dude. Like it felt like how Avery likes to say, high stakes. It felt like hopeless. You know what I mean? It felt like, oh, there's nothing they can really do
to stop
this guy.
Yeah.
And even Reed, who has a solution for every single possibility of anything, he was just like, there's nothing we can do except for give him our son. Like, you know, like, and even Vanessa Kirby, like Sue Storm in the movie, she's like, I know what you're thinking, and we're not giving him our son. But he's like, there's no other solution. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm the smartest person in the universe, and I can't even think of any possible way that we could stop this guy except for giving him what he wants.
Yeah.
You know? And that's scary. That's scary. But they were still able to defeat him, which was crazy, and he still figured out a plan. And that's the best thing about Reed Richards, and that's the best thing about the Fantastic Four, and the way that they collaborated together, and the way that they, like, everyone felt good. Like, it. I will say this, okay? This is I think another criticism that people are gonna have, that I feel like I kind of had in the beginning. But in the beginning, it took me a while to get into it, right? It took me a while to, like, fully immerse myself in this world and believe it. I think in the very beginning, I was kind of like, okay, I didn't really buy, you know, as soon as Pedro Pascal started speaking as Reed Richards, I was already, like, analyzing it in my head, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if he's a good Reed Richards. It kind of feels weird. Like, Sue Storm, like, sure, her acting's good, but it, like, I don't know. Johnny, like, I feel kind of weird about it. And then, like, The Thing, I'll be honest, like, as much time as they had with it, like, The Thing, there were certain moments in the beginning of the movie that I felt like he felt out of place. Like, it looked CGI. Like, it you know, like, it looked real, but it felt like it was CGI placed over a scene. And I was watching that, and I was overanalyzing it, and I was just like, man, I hope it's not bad the whole time.
I feel like
it feels like he's gonna.
He got better with the beard.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, he got better with the beard.
But it felt like at the very beginning, I was like, it was hard for me to buy at first. Like, at first, I was kind of like, I don't know if I really like Pedro Pascal in this role. I don't know if The Thing really looks like as cool as I thought he was gonna look, or as real as I thought he was gonna look. Maybe they should have just done like a what do they call it when it's like a practical, like, set with, like, practical suit where he's actually there in a suit, as opposed to, like, the CGI. Especially after watching Avatar last night, and then also watching behind the scenes of how Avatar was made and the way that they captured everything. The details of every little thing in Avatar is so spectacular that seeing this, I was like, oh man, like, the CGI kind of is lacking on The Thing, and he's so important. I hope it doesn't ruin the movie for me. But as the movie goes on, and I think that beginning is what I was talking about, where it felt very campy, and it felt very like, I don't know if I'm going to buy into this. But then I'm like, but that's what the Fantastic Four is. Oh, that's what I was going to say too. In the beginning, when they're going through their montage, there's a part where they're fighting, like, this giant slime monster who's, like, popping out of the street. Yeah. That's from the comic book first. That's their first appearance, I think, in the comics. Is the cover is of them fighting a giant, like, goop monster out of the street. So, like, that was, like, a live action scene of the original comic book, which was sick to see as a fan of the Fantastic Four. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, that's from the comic book, not from the comic books, but the comic book that, like, when you want to get the Fantastic Four #1, like, that book, it's that cover. And they recreated it for the movie, which was sick. So, like, I knew, like, they're taking us back to that time. So I let it slide because I was like, yeah, things kind of feel weird. I'm not buying it. But it's because it's this part of this montage that is supposed to be weird and campy and feel like the 60s cartoons and stuff, right? But once it got real, it felt real, and I was able to buy into it. And then I really, 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 really loved the relationship between everyone and, like, their family and Johnny and Sue. I think when she found when they find out that she's pregnant, that's when I bought into it. Like, the whole part leading up to that, I was, like, still kind of like, I don't know about this. I kind of feel weird. Okay. But as soon as they're like, as soon as, you know what it was for me, when The Thing was looking at her and he's like, "You're pregnant, huh?" And she's like, "How'd you know?" And then that moment, like, that was right where I was sold. Okay. That exact moment, I was sold. And from that point on, I was in the movie. Yeah. I was there. I bought everything. I believed in everything. And I was in it, dude. I was so in it. And it felt great once I got there. But I feel like that's going to be a criticism that people might have going into it. Is like, oh, the beginning was kind of weird. Or, oh, the CGI was bad on The Thing or whatever. But it's like, yeah, in the beginning, I see that a little bit. But let yourself... Let it go. Let yourself buy into it, dude.
I was in it. Yeah. I was in it. Me personally, I was in it.
But not saying that I wasn't in it, but I was overanalyzing things. I was like, what are people gonna say? What is this? I don't know. I was overanalyzing it, and then I finally was able to just let go and, like, feel the movie. And once I did, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And their relationship was amazing. Now, here's the thing that I wanted to talk about. One, you had mentioned it in the very beginning, but the Pedro Pascal, fatigue, right? A big thing that I've been seeing a lot of is, like, the relationship between Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal. And I observed this watching them because I have been watching their press tour. I've been watching pretty much almost everything that they've been doing, like interviews. They were on Gordon. They did a cooking show with Gordon Ramsay, where it's Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby. They did.
Are they in real life love?
No, she's married and she's pregnant right now. She has a kid in real life.
Oh shoot, okay.
But they are very touchy-feely, very like she's always on him. She calls him babe. Like they're very much. And now you are gonna look at that like, and what you're doing exactly is what everyone else is doing, where they're like, oh, like this is kind of weird. I saw someone post like,
not weird. It's like
maybe
no. She's like a swinger girl.
No. So let me break it down for you. And I think me and Kat figured this out because we've been watching so much of Pedro Pascal for the last year that I think we haven't figured out. Okay, now. There's like this thing where people are like, oh, that's weird. I wouldn't let my pregnant wife like be all up on her co-star like that, all this stuff. And I was thinking kind of the same thing too. I was like, this is a little weird. They're a little touchy-feely, but I'm going to go out on it and say it. And not that I have a problem with it. I don't care. I know what people are going to say, but I think that Pedro Pascal is gay. I don't think that he's straight. I think that he's gay.
All right, shout out to my homie.
And the way that they
Pedro Pascal, man, so throw that flag up.
And I don't know if he's able to. I don't know if he's able to come out, or if he even cares about coming out, or whatever it may be. And he might not be gay, but he might be something. But he's not like. It's not that same thing where you're thinking like this macho man co-star dude who's coming to like be a part of it, like ruining this relationship or anything. He really truly feels like her gay best friend when they're on press. And when you look at it like that, then you're like, oh. It makes so much sense. But also, after watching the movie, I realized that also what they're doing on the press tour is when she's doing this stuff, she's still trying to sell the relationship of this movie. You were trying to buy into her and him as a couple. And they're doing press. She's still in the mode of, I'm your wife. I am Sue Storm. You are Reed Richards. And she's trying to sell that. Even though Pedro Pascal, once he's out in the world, he's just so much himself. It's hard for him to be anything else. But I think she's still selling that of like, babe, this, blah, blah, blah. Even though, and they just have a great relationship. So I think I've been seeing that online where people are saying, oh, like I would never let my wife, like my pregnant wife, be all up on her co-star like that and doing all this stuff. And it's like, nah, you guys are reading the whole situation wrong.
It's never have a wife that's a co-star.
Yeah. First off, you'll never have a wife that is, a famous movie star. First and foremost, yes, ultimately. But also,
talking like they gonna get her. No, nigga, you not about to get Vanessa Kirby.
Also, but like you don't understand the subtlety of their relationships, and that's fine, and that's cool. But I'm telling you, it's not what you think it is. I think that they are just genuinely really good friends, and they have such a caring relationship with each other, and they're also trying to sell this movie that is them having the ultimate family and caring for each other and being a husband and wife. Like, and they did it perfectly in the movie. Like at first I was a little like, I don't know if I'm buying it, but dude, I cried when she died, dude. I cried when she died, and I really believed it, and I loved their relationship. I loved how they were with each other.
This nigga Pedro Pascal is lucky, man. Like the way she was just talking to him, bro. That was, man, I want a relationship like that for sure.
Yeah.
She was just there for that nigga. But anyways, yeah, man, great movie. I don't care what anybody's saying.
Great.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't see. I'm in it to win it. I mean, I definitely do think the Thing looked better when he had the beard, but
he looked dope with the beard.
But what, you know, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not a CGI FX guy, so I don't think it looked bad at all, in my opinion. But
like, he looked cool and good, but I think like the way the placement of it, like it didn't feel like he was like really in the world. Like the very opening dinner scene, like kind of looked cool, but there was parts where I was like, he looks like he's placed in, like the very first time he's on screen, I'm like, it seems like he's placed in it, and as opposed to like actually being there. Even when he goes and he sees the girl, the chick who plays Birdie and What If, she's the like priest or the teacher or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when he goes to see her, like it felt like she was like he was acting. Like it felt like a CGI placement on this in the world when she was talking to like a thing. So I don't know, but eventually I got into it and I was like, damn, this is dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, anyways,
hey, man.
Overall, great fucking movie. Literally great movie. I can't wait to see it again. I highly recommend it to anybody out there. I'm going to be telling everybody about it because I loved it. It has a special place in my heart. I think what a movie, man. I think this is the best. I'll say it. This is the best movie that they've made since Endgame. For sure. 100% in my opinion. That's my thing. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to buy it. I don't care. To me, this might have been the best movie that they've made. because all the other ones are very Marvel-y. This is very Marvel, but this is like its own thing that I haven't seen before, and that's why I loved Marvel. Because when first time I saw Iron Man, I had never seen anything like that before. First time I saw Thor, I had never seen anything like that before. Like Winter Soldier, like that was crazy. It was something new. Civil War, I'd never seen. Like every time they got me, I was just like, this is something I've never seen. This is insane. I can't believe this is happening, and that's how I felt with this movie. Finally,
I can't put it over. I still can't put it over Spider-Man. Man, Spider-Man. I still think about how good Spider-Man was.
Spider-Man was amazing.
Yeah. Spider-Man, like
but
seeing all the seeing Toby,
so cool,
seeing Toby and them, it just that feeling was unbelievable in the theater. I remember because I remember you were right next to me, Matt was right next to me. That feeling was that was incredible.
Yeah,
so
and seeing,
I would give
Tobey
that
Maguire and stuff.
I would
those,
give
those
that
moments,
one right above this one, but this one is phenomenal, dude. Like for sure, like it's right next to Spider-Man.
I think that's the thing though, is like Spider-Man was very like street level, and then also like I think what made Spider-Man like so like takes it to the #1 spot is because they brought back Tobey Maguire,
that's the only
and it brought back
that's the only reason.
Andrew Garfield.
And their dynamic
seeing that
together.
for the first time was remarkable and amazing, and everyone wanted that, and so seeing that and getting that was awesome.
I remember being in the movie theater and I was like, wow, because I'm not gonna lie, like that, because Endgame was finished, right? So like you're like, what's gonna happen next? And like that was the next thing where it didn't have anything to do with like, I mean, they talked about Tony a little bit, but like it was like, oh damn, everything is over. Like what? Like it was like a hopeless moment, and like Tom Holland Spider-Man was by himself, and like they brought these two other Spider-Man in that you grew up with. Like it just it was for me, like that was great for me. But I'm saying that was a top tier movie though. That's like if you want to put like top tier, like Endgame, Infinity War, Spider-Man is up there with Black Panther and them. Now this movie is right below. Like it's not even. It's like, you know, it's like this. If you can look close to me, it's like right there. Because this movie was phenomenal, bro. Like phenomenal. Like Galactus was so. Like I didn't know Galactus before this, but like Galactus was so. It was a scary villain. Like
scary. As fuck.
They do a really good job like introducing the villain to be like how Thanos was. Like Thanos was like, damn, how can we stop it? At the end of Infinity War, them niggas was like, dang, we lost. Yeah. So seeing Reed Richards be the smartest man in the world and being like, yo, I don't know how to stop this nigga. Like
that was hard for him to say.
Yes.
That was hard for him to say. I don't know.
And
I don't know what to do.
That makes Galactus super scary. Like, yo, this is a villain that you're like, okay, how are they gonna? And I think that drew me in even more, because it's like, okay, so how are they gonna do it? Like, what's gonna happen? So I don't know, man. For me, it's a phenomenal movie. Definitely second right there, right under, after Endgame, is second right under Spider-Man for me. And man, phenomenal movie, man. Like, yeah, I'm with Dre. I want to watch it again.
I can't wait to see it again, and I want to go see it in IMAX right away.
I'm with that.
I'll
Tickets gonna be like
money.
what, $25?
Yeah, I'll pay it. You got to Uber it a little extra, and you hope you get a big tip, dude.
Oh my god.
I'll work a couple more extra hours or something. I'll take some overtime to
IMAX. They be killing it with IMAX. But yeah, man, great movie, guys. Great Great movies. And then crazy thing is, man, we're at this climax right now, and it's gonna go down because we're not gonna get back to this till next year.
Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday don't come out till June.
That's why you guys love this podcast. That's why I love doing this podcast, right? We're going to have our dull moments. We're going to have our things that happen. But things are still going to happen. We're still going to talk about pop culture. We're still going to talk about movies that are upcoming, other things. It's just that for our Marvel fix, for our Marvel fans.
This is why we made this podcast.
The reason that we made this podcast is because of Marvel. And for us to reach this like big pivotal moment that they've been talking about for like a year, and we're finally here. Today's the day where we finally saw it and we're done. Like, it's just, I just want to live in this moment for a little bit and enjoy it, because after this, it's going to be Eyes of Wakanda. It's going to be cool. That's going to be fun. Wonder Man's going to be dope. It's going to be its own show. But then
they're not going to connect to anything.
Yeah, it's not going to connect to anything, and it's fine. It's cool. At least we get a little bit of a fix before we get to our next big thing, which is going to be Doomsday. And once the Doomsday rollout starts happening and things start popping up and promotions start coming and all this, it's going to be...
They could do something with Wonder Man. Have Wonder Man be in the Fantastic Four world.
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
No, because he's like a Hollywood, like modern day, like actor. Kind of
so
thing.
It's gonna be
different.
Okay,
it's gonna be 616.
All right, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. I mean, there's nothing for real super major that's coming out. I mean, for me, in my what do you call it? Entertainment world. We got Happy Gilmore 2 that's coming out. I love Adam Sandler, man. So that's coming out Friday, I think, next Friday. Or this Friday. No, next Friday. Next Friday.
The promotion they've been pushing, it seems like it's coming out tomorrow, or it's already out.
It might be out today.
I know a new episode of South Park dropped last night, and it was fucking amazing.
I seen the thing with Donald Trump.
If you guys have been watching South Park,
is that a real like? Yeah. Where was that at? What were they doing?
That's what the episode is about. They did the episode.
Yeah, but what was that footage from? Like, why did he get naked?
So
is that real?
The AI thing?
Oh, that's AI.
Yeah, it's AI.
Oh, I was like, yo, like, why did? Because it looked like him.
They went in. Let me just on a little. We're done with our Fantastic Four talk for a little bit, but let me just say, South Park is my ultimate favorite show of all time. I've seen every episode 1,000 times. Literally, I would come home every single day. I would press play and let the next episode play, and just do that all night. And then the next day, do the same thing and just play every season, every episode over and over again. And so I've seen every episode like 100 times. If you've been a fan of South Park as long as I've been a fan of South Park, what they just did on South Park last night was fantastic, no pun intended. It was marvelous. It was incredible. It was crazy. They basically compared.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw on TikTok they said that
they went
South
in
Park
on
was
Trump,
gonna.
dude.
They said this is just TikTok. South Park's gonna get canceled for doing what they did to Donald Trump, and I just seen the whole thing, and I was like, oh dang. Oh,
but you know what?
But I thought it was real.
This is what South Park's been doing. This is what South Park's been doing for the longest time. They push it. They don't give a fuck. And at this point, they just signed a deal for $1.5 billion or something like that for their merchandise, everything. So like they don't care and like try to cancel them, dude. If they get canceled tomorrow, they don't give a fuck. They have 27 seasons of masterpieces.
What was the thing? Were they just talking about his presidency or what?
If you've been watching South Park as long as I have, if you go way back in the day, back when Bush was president, who was the big bad? Like, who was the big thing that everything was in the world was they were talking about was Saddam Hussein, right? Yeah. South Park was like one of the first people that really did this thing where they went at Saddam Hussein and they made him a character, and not only was he was a character, he was just like the most evil character that you could possibly make. And what they did, instead of like animating him, they put his an actual picture of his face, and it just like cuts open, like his mouth just opens up. So Saddam Hussein was like that dude, this dictator, evil person. And in the show, he's in a relationship with Satan, like a gay relationship with Satan, and he's always trying to like fuck Satan and do all this stuff. And he's like, come on, baby, like come on, let's do it again, like come on, let's go. And that character was around for a long time, a lot of episodes. He made a lot of appearances. Every time they go to hell, he's like one of the main characters in hell with the devil. And that it was just like a true representation of just evil dictator evilness, right?
Yeah, because that fool was evil.
Yeah,
in real
life.
Yeah.
So, what they did for this episode is, if you've been watching South Park, Mr. Garrison was like the last few seasons. He was like a comparison to Trump. He painted himself orange. He had the hair, and he was Trump. And like they made fun of Trump through Mr. Garrison.
Okay,
right. So in this one, they're like, "What's up?" Like the whole episode is basically that thing that woke is dead, and that like they're like bringing back, like they're hating on Jews, they're saying the F word, they're saying the R word, right? Like in real life, people are saying that, like that's how things are now. Everyone's fighting for like on Twitter and stuff. And so Cartman is like, if everyone's saying that's, what am I supposed to do? You know, because that ultimately, like as a metaphor for South Park, being like, if everything's bad and we're openly being anti-Semitic and we're openly being like anti-gay and we're openly doing all this stuff, how can we make fun of it and be the edgy thing? Because now it's not edgy to be that anymore, because it's just that. So that was the whole concept of the episode, and it's a metaphor for like South Park being like, what are we supposed to do? Like what does South Park even stand for anymore? Because we're not that thing anymore. So that's the concept of the episode. And they go to Mr. Garris. They're like, we need to end this. This president is like making everything like this. He's making it too crazy. Like we need to tone things back down. We need to be woke again, so that way we can make fun of it, you know. And so they go to Mr. Garrison's house, and they're like, you need to stop this now. And he's like, I haven't been the president in like 2 seasons. Basically, we stopped doing that a long time ago. And they're like, well, then who is this guy that's doing this? And they even say like, who is this? Which I'm gonna bleep that part out, but they say, who is this in the White House that's doing this? And then they're like, I don't know. So they go, and then they go to the White House. He turns around his chair, and it's Trump it's actually Trump, but his face, just how they did Saddam Hussein.
Oh, so like they did the mouth thing.
Yeah, they're
okay.
basically comparing him to Saddam Hussein.
Okay.
And he's the same character, the same voice as Saddam Hussein. Everything, the way he acts, everything is like Saddam Hussein.
Okay.
But now it's Trump now.
Oh, shit,
and they just they go in on him, dude. It's how narcissistic he is. How every time someone does anything that he doesn't like, he's like, I'm gonna sue you guys. I'm gonna sue you. And then every single time he's done, he goes back into bed and he's trying to he's with Satan and he's like, come on, Satan, come on, relax, guy, let's fuck, come on, you're in the mood, come on, bro. Satan. Yeah. And so that's what and they just go in, bro. It was crazy. They went.
Did you watch the whole episode?
Yeah, it's only 25 minutes.
What was the point of what was the thing of the AI thing? Why did they do that?
Oh, so at the end of the episode, basically, it's so crazy. It's about how they're forcing like Jesus into like schools now, because I don't know if you saw recently, like they're trying to make like every school needs to have the 10 Commandments in school.
Okay.
And so like the big part of the episode is like Jesus, the actual Jesus comes to their school.
Yeah.
And he's part of they're like, we're Christian now, we're a Christian school, and they're like, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that. And they're like, no, we're doing that. The president said we're supposed to have Jesus in our school. And they're like, but there's like a separation of church and state. Like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You can't do that. And he's like, nope. The president said we could do it. Like, that's what we're doing now. And so Jesus is there. And then at the end, basically, Jesus is like, guys, like, just do it. He's trying to sue me. If we don't do this, it will be the end of South Park. Just do it. So then they end up, at the very end of the episode, they end up settling with Trump because he's going to sue them.
Yeah.
And they're like, we only have to pay $3 million to Trump instead of $15 million. And they're like, that's fine. That's not bad. We'll just have to cut the funding to our schools and our hospitals and our welfare programs and stuff like that and our healthcare. Like, that's all we got to do. And $3 million. And that's fine. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And they're like, well, there's one more thing. We also have to include pro-Trump propaganda in every as much as we can. And then they're like, how are we going to do that? We're South Park. We can't do that. And they're like, come on, guys, we're South Park. We can do that. We can do it. And then it's cuts and it's like pro-Trump propaganda.
And then that's the
then
video?
it's the AI of like Trump being like, he survived through the desert. Blah, blah. And then and at the very end, he like gets naked and it's his dick and it's like really small. And it's like, I'm Donald J. Trump and I support this message. And then it ends.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's definitely going to sue them.
So people already like, South Park's getting sued. It's done. It's over. But they don't care, dude. And they're going to keep going. It doesn't matter because South Park will never die because South Park is the fucking shit, dude.
I want to see them do the I want to see them do the Epstein thing.
It was on Comedy Central. It was good. Oh, they're going to go. They talked about the Epstein stuff on there too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
they talk about everything, dude.
Yeah. That one's crazy. Hey, not to get the political up in here because you can just finish this episode. But yo,
I got one more thing to talk about.
That one is crazy, bro. Like, hey.
They went in.
MAGA guys, what's up with your guy, bro? Y'all was going crazy on that, man. I want to see this. I didn't care. I didn't care before. But the MAGA homies was like, hey, Will Smith was on the files. This person was on the files. Now Donald Trump's on the files. And I see, bro, I'm telling you, the homie that I know has been bone silent, bro. Like, I have not, bro. It's been like, oh, man.
It's
like,
funny.
I was just, yo, L, for this minute, I saw him. And he was like, I didn't see him, but I saw like a post where it was like, yo, I've been talking about, this and that and the other for all this time, man. And my music's doing great. So all I'm going to just talk about is music from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? What? You was just talking about, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, shoot, that's crazy.
It's one of those things.
That joint got a lot of people quiet. I'm like, yo, like, that was like a thing.
A lot of people quiet and a lot of people turning on each other.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know what? It's one of those things where I was like, I
let them kill each other?
I'm not gonna say it.
Bro,
I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna say, hey.
But anyways, this is not a political podcast. That was entertainment, and it jumped into. But what are you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
Watch South Park. 'Cause that was good. The last thing I want to say before we get off on this, and I kind of mentioned it earlier on the episode, but I watched last night. We finished watching it. We watched it in 2 nights. We watched it on Tuesday. We finished it on Wednesday. But we rewatched Avatar 2, and Avatar 2, like I said, I think is possibly the greatest piece of cinema I've ever seen and experienced in my life. It's so good. The acting's so good. The story's so good. It's so original. And I was so invested by the end of it. Me and my girlfriend were sitting there just like, man, like, I wonder what's gonna happen in the next movie. Like we know it's coming out soon. I think it comes out in December.
Yeah, it's in December.
And we're like Avatar 3, by the way. And so we're like, well, what's gonna happen? Like we were like, oh, because they released earlier this week. They released a poster of Avatar 3.
Okay.
And we know that it's called Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
But like after watching the first one, and it's like the forest people, and then after watching this one, and it's like the water people, and we're like, damn. Me and Kat were both last night like, damn. If they do like the fire people, like that's gonna be so scary, and like everything that happened, and just watching the movie, like everything that happened, we were just like, oh, this is gonna set up this. Like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen to this guy. What's gonna happen here? Blah, blah. I had so many questions last night after watching it. We're watching freaking Fantastic Four, and what comes on?
Wait. Set it up though. Set it up because bro, we had a lot. Bro, I don't understand what these movies doing, but there was a lot of trailers, and then there was a lot of ads.
Yeah.
And then
that's every single movie.
And it was finally finished. The ads were finally finished, and the lights went dim. And then
the lights went dim, so we thought the movie was gonna start.
Real big,
the one
blockbuster trailer
was Avatar 3. We finally got the trailer for Avatar 3. Me not even knowing that Avatar 3 trailer is gonna drop today. I think I had heard something that they were possibly like gonna release during this time, but I was completely taken off guard, and I was. After literally just watching Avatar 3 or Avatar 2 last night and having so many questions, this trailer drops, and I was like, oh my God, dude, everything I was thinking last night was kind of answered in this trailer. Like, I got to see the fire people. I got to see where they're going, what's happening. Like, everyone, like Spider, like everything that happened that I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen in this next movie was answered for me the next day. And oh my God, it was so satisfying, and I cannot wait to end this podcast and play this trailer for my girlfriend, because we were just freaking talking about it last night.
I'm actually, you got me
and
hyped.
I'm so hyped.
You got me hyped to watch the first and second one, because I
rewatch it.
When I was a kid, man, we watched Avatar 1 all the time, but it's stitched in my head. We watched it so much that like I know. So like I'm gonna be excited to watch. I'm gonna watch both of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be excited to watch the first one, and then I only watched the second one once at the movie theater. So
yeah, I think I think too. This was, I think, was only my second time, maybe third time watching it. But
so I'm excited.
Watching it though last night, man.
And I kind of remember a little bit of it, and one of the son was like very into like one of the water girls. So like I'm excited, man. The beauty of the creatures and like how they how they gotta jump on the flying ones. I like it. I'm a fan.
Oh man,
so I'm gonna watch it again, and
it's incredible, dude.
And then we're gonna get that's another big. That's our next big thing is literally Avatar.
That will be our next big movie that we're gonna talk about and cover, I think, because I don't know if there's any big movies coming out like where we're gonna be able to see. There's gonna be shows here and there, but big movie. Avatar 3 is going to be the one for sure.
That's the last one.
Yeah, for this year.
There's no big.
And it's crazy because we're in July.
Stranger Things, but I think you should watch Stranger Things because I feel like people are going to look up like what's happening.
I might start watching Stranger Things.
But yeah, I feel like that's the last big thing, Stranger Things and Avatar, in November, December. So Stranger Things starts like November, and I think it ends in December, and then Avatar starts in December. Other than that, bro, there's nothing that's like a big blockbuster that I know of.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Well, man,
we have the hill, baby.
I'm excited. I will. Before we go to, I know this is kind of a longer podcast, and if you guys have stuck with us this whole time, I'm so glad you did, and you can see our passion, and our excitement for these movies and these shows and everything that we do. We love this podcast, and we love doing this. And we love watching these movies and talking about it, and hopefully you guys love watching us talk about it. I really hope you do, and I really enjoy that. I do want to say a crazy thing that just happened today that was shocking for me, at least, was, dude, Hulk Hogan died today, which is crazy. Now. I'm not going to... I want to talk about
Jamal Warner, man.
Yes.
Celebrities
die in threes. Jamal Warner died this week.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne died this week, and today was Hulk Hogan. It's crazy.
I'm not really sure enough of Hulk Hogan.
That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy is that if you guys don't know, I just want to let you know that Hulk Hogan had a lot of hate before he died. And I think that's what was crazy for me was like I didn't see it coming because I watch Ariel Helwani's show all the time, and he just interviewed Hulk Hogan like a few weeks ago, maybe like a couple months ago, because they were starting this thing with Eric Bischoff and like different people where they were starting this thing called All American Wrestling or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but it's basically like they're starting like a UFC, but just for like wrestlers. So like for college wrestlers to start a professional career after that. And Hulk Hogan's name was attached to it. And so like people were really pushing it. Okay. And he was like the main guy talking about it. But if you guys don't know, as great as Hulk Hogan was during his time, I want you guys to really know this. He was great in that early stage, but he was also a really racist piece of shit who said some really terrible things and was very, very racist. And I encourage you, if you are looking him up this week and admiring him and worshiping him and being like, hey, you know, and you know what? He's still a person at the end of the day, so like it's great for what he did.
Yeah.
But if you look up the stuff that he said on that rant that he had about his daughter and who she was dating and the way that he said it, yeah, F that guy.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
not going to be missed.
He's passed away, so it's whatever. I mean,
yeah,
prayers to his
prayers to his family.
daughter,
Obviously, I feel bad for his family. That's still
his
someone that
daughter
they
likes
love.
black guys, so she's not racist. So prayers to her and her well-being.
But
like,
the things that he said and the stuff that he said, I just want to you guys, before you guys post how much you loved him and how much you remembered him, I just want you guys to think about sometimes.
Because
you're a bad person.
Hate in his heart, dude.
Yeah, you have hate in your heart.
So like, yeah, I mean, when people are like, RIP,
there's a lot of people that have hate in their heart, and I just want you guys to remember that.
Just,
and I just wanted to say
real
that
quick
because that was something
before we move on for
yeah.
this, one of my homegirls, shout out Taylor, she posted on Facebook today. I don't even go on Facebook, crazy. But anyways, she posted on Facebook, and I seen her post, and she said, all these black people saying RIP to Hulk Hogan. You know he wouldn't have peed on you if you were on fire, right? And I was like, I'll put a picture of Dr. Umar, and I was like looking at my black brothers and sisters that saying RIP to Hulk Hogan. It's like, bro, like it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't wish death on anybody, but like I don't wish a rest in paradise for him. Like, it's just like, dude was I won't say evil, but like he didn't like.
He didn't like black people.
He didn't like black people.
And
so I feel like that's kind of evil. It's kind of evil.
It is very evil. It's
that's
very evil.
Like, if you don't like another human being
based off their race,
yeah, it's crazy. So
and say hateful ass stuff and get caught about it.
No disrespect to the people who love him and like his family. Like I said, like his daughter obviously isn't racist, so I feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say, like, you know what I mean? TikTok and Instagram is very broad, so this could possibly hit his family. So I don't want. Because I peace, love, positivity always. So I don't want to say something that triggers or makes you feel away. But just know that I didn't rock with him when he was alive. Like, yeah, when I was a kid, maybe, and I didn't know that he said these things. After getting wind and hearing what he said verbatim in Nigger, heavy ER, I'm like, yeah, I'm good on that, dude.
And I'll say this: if you guys feel any type of way about it, and you guys are like, if you felt any type of way, because for me this morning, I got to work at 6 a.m. I checked my phone and I see he died, and I was like, oh shit, Hulk Hogan died. That's crazy. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. That was it wasn't big for me. I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh shit, dude, he said some crazy ass shit. And he was very, like, at the end of his life, he got booed bad at the last time he was at WWE. He thought it was because he was playing the villain. He was not playing the villain, dude. People just do not like you because of the things that you've done and said. And I feel really bad, that he died. But at the same time, this is what I want to say. If you feel any type of way about it, I highly, highly recommend you guys go watch Ariel Helwani talking about Hulk Hogan today, because he did a great job of breaking it down, and I think he did a great he related it to something that I think that it doesn't truly relate, but he said it doesn't truly relate, but he said it reminded him of this, and it's like of OJ when OJ passed, and it's like, you were beloved early, but then you did some stuff that people were like did not like you, and so when you passed, it felt weird. We didn't know how to process it because it's like that. It's like the same thing where it's like OJ, you were beloved, and you might be the most iconic, most famous wrestler of all time, but you as a person, kind of a bad person. And I don't know how to feel about it.
So I mean,
but go watch Ariel Helwani talk about it, because he did a great job of breaking it down and explaining everything and kind of showing that dynamic of juxtaposition of how to feel. I don't know. So yeah.
In other news, man, RIP to Jamal Warner, man.
RIP to Jamal Warner. That one's crazy.
That one hit me a little bit because I grew up watching the Cosby Show. You know what I mean? Whatever Bill Cosby did, I don't condone that.
Yeah, that's different.
But
he had nothing to do with
Jamal
that.
Warner, man, he was
young,
me,
dude.
He was me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, watching him, like, as a child actor, like in that position as like a kid growing up in the Cosby house, like I looked at him like it was me. So like,
He meant a lot.
Seeing him die is like, oh man, like,
and the way he died,
and the way he
died,
tragic.
It's like super sad.
So RIP to Jamal, man.
Seriously, RIP to him. And Ozzy Osbourne too. Ozzy Osbourne gave us.
I wasn't really connected to Ozzy Osbourne. I know who he is, but RIP, yeah. I wasn't connected to him.
Ozzy. I'll say this about Ozzy. I'm not like a super metal fan or like Black Sabbath fan or whatever. But he gave us some great music. He gave us crazy.
His favorite song is
Crazy Train is probably the most.
Okay,
I think Crazy Train is. But
that's the only thing I know though.
If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They sampled that.
John, they sampled that. Trick Daddy. And Trick Daddy actually even shouted out Ozzy Osbourne this week and said, "Hey, thank you for giving a young black kid who was coming up in music a chance by clearing that record for me, and it changed my life." Right. So like that's cool too. So Ozzy Osbourne, shout out to, and Ozzy Osbourne was just funny as fuck. If you guys ever watched the Osbournes and stuff, he just was a wild ass character. So
the Osbournes.
Yeah, it was a reality TV show like back in the day when we were like young.
Obviously, he would know that for sure.
It was reality. It would follow the Osbournes.
Love reality TV.
Yeah, because he's crazy, dude. I don't know if you watch. No,
I never seen it.
Watch like when you go home tonight when you're bored. Watch like best of Ozzy Osbourne on the Osbournes, dude. Okay. And you'll just see he's so funny, dude.
Okay.
And he was obviously very sick and was going through a lot, but he was always funny. Dude.
Hey, also, dude, people who this is a long episode. We're about to wrap it up, but people who say when you talk about celebrity deaths and people, I see people talk about like, oh man, like you acted like you know them. Like I just said to you, like I watched Jamal Warner. Like
you feel like you know him.
Like I watched Jamal Warner. Like I was connected to the Cosby Show. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Like these deaths mean things to some people because that's what they're into, and that person you're kind of growing up with them, dog. So like. Same for Ozzy Osbourne. Like, I get it. Like, I get what people was talking about. Same with Hulk Hogan, even though he was a piece of crap. Like, I get it. I understand the people connection to, like, you have a connection to them. Like, obviously, you didn't know them personally, but, like, you grew up with them in this world that they built.
Or you just have admiration for them, right? Like, I think the biggest celebrity that, like, hit me, that made me, like
Michael
actually
Jackson.
cry. Yeah,
I cried.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick, I didn't cry, but I was like hurt.
Chadwick hurt. Like, I heard. There's times that I'll watch when I watch Black Panther, dude. Like we just recently watched Black Panther 2 again, and dude, I cried again during that like the opening monologue. I cried like seeing Shuri like when in the movie when she finds out that her brother dies and she couldn't save him, and like that's not acting, dude. That's real emotion that I felt from her, and I was just like, damn. Like it's not like she's acting that her brother died. Like someone that she really loved really died, and we're seeing that emotion in this movie. It made me cry again, dude. And I was just like, damn. Like, it's just like they're just because they're celebrities doesn't mean that they're not real people.
Yeah,
you can still have empathy, and you can still have empathy and feel for these people and feel for like stuff. So don't get on people if they're like saying RP, whatever.
That's where I was going.
Because it might mean something to them that it might not mean to you, but at the end of the day, dude, we're all humans and we're all just trying to live and just trying to be. So like, I think the one thing that I'll say to end this, and it relates perfectly to sum up everything that we're talking about today, is Ohana, family, right? Family is the thing. And watching Avatar yesterday, the main throughout storyline and plot and everything, the thing that holds everything together is that people will do anything to protect their family, and that's all they're trying to do. Everyone just wants to protect their family and do what's right by their family and for their family. And the Fantastic Four was willing to go to the ends of the earth and do anything to save their family.
Yeah.
Avatar, they're doing everything in the world to save and protect their family. And I would do anything to protect my family. And that includes you guys, because you guys are part of our family. And being part of our family, thank you. I just want to say thank you.
And speaking of family, I'm about to drive 4 hours
and
to
this
see
fool,
mine.
he's about to go drive to see his family. So with that being said, guys, we got to end this podcast.
4 hours and 33 minutes.
Everybody's about to get there at 1 a.m. So I love you guys. I love you guys. We're going to end this podcast. I'm going to go edit. Avery's got to drive to Vegas. And we love you guys. Thank you for watching this.
Thanks for watching, man. All the new people, bro. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all coming from the shorts, bro. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all, man.
Means a lot to us. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I hope we're many more to come, all right? But we love you guys. Till next time. Peace.
We out here chasing dreams, trying to catch them like receivers. Heavy on the grind, trying to tell you to believe us. Yeah, we see you hating from the bleachers. Coming with the gas, hot and ready, little Caesars.